months ago on how you can use this portable manual tire changer from Harbor Freight. So today we'll go over how you can set this up and properly use it to remove a tire from your wheel. But the reason I'm redoing this video is that, as you may remember from the last video, I said that you can't really use this on nice chrome or alloy wheels because when you go to remove the tire with this pry bar, you end up scratching the lip of the wheel. But then some of my subscribers commented and said, why don't you just flip the wheel over and do it from the other side? That way you scratch the inside of the wheel. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, as far as how you set this up when you get it home from the store, when you open the box, you're going to have this main piece have the bead breaker already attached to it. And then you get these 4 posts that you attach to the main piece by these bolts and nuts that are also supplied. Next, you'll need to find something to secure this to. I definitely recommend you try to secure it to your garage floor by the way of these drop-in anchors. And the way you do this is you're going to need a 1/2-inch masonry drill bit, and then basically you drill a hole into your garage floor, and then you just basically throw this drop-in anchor into the hole. And you might need an installation tool for this to punch the center of this drop-in anchor, pushing these little prongs at the end of it out, therefore securing it firmly into the concrete. And then you can use the correct size bolts to secure this to your garage floor, and then when you're done, you just undo the bolts and move this out of the way and have the space back. At the same time, you have nothing sticking out of your garage floor either. So after you secure this to your garage floor, the next step is going to be to remove all the air out of your tire. And the fastest way to do that is to just remove this valve stem that's inside your valve. Now I don't have a valve stem removal tool, so just going to do this the old-fashioned way. After we get all the air out, next it's time to break the bead between the tire and the wheel. So next we grab our bead breaker and get it out of the way. Then we place our wheel right here. And then you want to make sure you get your bead breaker exactly between the tire and the wheel. Right there. Next we grab our pry bar and place it on here. And then just press down and break the bead. Just like that. And then we just rotate the wheel and do it a couple more times, but sometimes you can just press down on the tire and break it using your weight. Kind of like what I just did. Next it's time to flip the wheel around and break the bead that's on the inside, but if you got nice wheels like chrome or alloy wheels, you want to make sure you put a bunch of rags here because this is where it's going to rest against the inside of your wheel, and you don't want this to scratch up your wheel. And same procedure on this side. Next, after we break the bead on both sides, we're going to put the wheel on top of our manual tire changer. And since we're going to be putting the wheel on here upside down, or in other words, we're going to put the chrome or the alloy side facing down, we're going to make sure you put a bunch of rags on top here. Also, you want to make sure that this is standing up straight because this is what's going to go through one of the lug nut holes and keep the wheel in place and keep it from turning as we're going to take off the wheel. There we go. Next, if you got any wheel weights around the edges of your wheel, go ahead and remove them. So the way this works is that you get your pry bar and you get this end between the tire and the wheel. Kind of like this. And then you push your pry bar back, getting the tire over the lip of the wheel. And next we're just going to start moving with the pry bar, and since we got it next to the centerpiece, this is just going to stay in place, and we're going to get all the tire over the lip of the wheel. This might not work after all. Alright, it looks like putting the wheel upside down and then trying to remove the tire is not going to work. I don't know if you guys can see this, but once you look at the inside of the wheel, it's actually somewhat cone shaped, as in you would need a lot more force and pressure to get this tire over the lip of the wheel on the inside of the wheel than on the outside of the wheel. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this on the camera, but this doesn't go straight down. It kind of moves up like that, so it's shaped this way. Oh well, that was worth the shot. Now let's just flip this over and show you how it's done anyway. Alright, so once again we put on this piece, and this is another reason why you can't really use this manual tire changer on nice chrome or alloy wheels, because once you put this over this and then put this over it and tighten this down, this is going to scratch up your wheel, but this is a junk wheel anyway, so I don't mind showing you on this. There we go. Again, we grab our pry bar, put it between the tire and the wheel. Like that. See, this is tons easier. Next, we're just going to turn with our pry bar. And same procedure for the lip that's on the inside. We get our tire up here, put our pry bar in there like this. Just gotta keep the tire in place while you're turning, because otherwise it'll just rotate with the pry bar. Like that. Alright, now with the tire off, you can see much easier why it's difficult to take the tire off from the inside. See, now when you're trying to take the tire off this way, since this is cone shape here, the bottom of the tire can just slide off this much easier, as in when you have this upside down and you're trying to take the tire out this way, it has to climb over this coned area. Therefore, it's not going to allow you to take it off going out that way. Alright, next let me show you how you put the tire back on the wheel. Now before you put the tire back on, it's a very good idea to clean off this area on the lip of the wheel where your tire beads up against your wheel, because if you don't clean this off, you could potentially develop a leak around the lip later, and then you would have to do this all over again. Now they sell special adapters that go at the end of your angle grinder that you can use to clean this off, or you can use a wire brush to clean these off as well. Alright, let me show you how you get the tire back on the wheel now. So in order to get the tire back on the wheel, you're going to be using this end of your pry bar. Basically, let's say if this is the lip of the wheel, you place it like this, and then you want to get the edge of your tire over this side, and then once you start rotating this, this is going to allow for the lip of the tire to slip underneath the lip of the wheel. Alright, so you put your pry bar over the lip, get the tire over the pry bar, and next you want to start the tire by hand. So you can just start pushing down on the tire and getting it started. Just make sure you don't push too much. And once you're about a quarter to half away there, then you can start twisting your pry bar at the same time, keeping the tire in place with your knee, and that's going to allow it to stay in place while you're turning this. There we go. And again, same procedure for the upper lip. Get your pry bar on the lip, get the tire over the pry bar, twist it, and get it started on one side. Now getting the upper lip of the tire underneath the wheel sometimes can be difficult. Here's how you do it. Basically, again, you get this side started, and then you start twisting. But the trick is to put pressure this way on the tire, as well as keeping it from turning with your knee while you're turning the pry bar. And then after a certain point, you can just let go of it and just use the pry bar. By the way, I just totally ruined this already ruined wheel, as you can see. Alright, next it's time to put air in our tire, but you just want to make sure that you pull up on your tire so that the lip of the tire is above your valve stem. Hey, I got lucky, I didn't have to do it. And then you just want to do this until that happens. And next you want to adjust your tire pressure. And you want to adjust your tire pressure to the pressure that's recommended for your car, not the pressure that says on your tire. And that's all there is to it, folks. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more like it, and you may also want to consider checking out some of my other videos. I'll put it up on the screen as video links, so you can just click on it. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.